Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter of class 7th Science NCERT book from chapter number 2nd, that is Nutrition in Animals. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have done in this chapter. So children, we have completed this chapter's explanation, then we were solving the exercises, and then in that exercises we have done some questions. Now in today's video I will again solve the questions which are left. So the exercises which are left. So the exercises part which are being left today, I'll explain this. So in yesterday's class we have discussed till question number 5th, what are villi, what are its different, what is their location and function. So we have studied this, that villi are the finger-like projections which are present all over the inside the wall, at the inner walls of the intestine. And these intestine, what is its function? It is present in the small intestine. And what is its function? Its function is to increase the surface area and also helps in the complete absorption of the food. Now why this helps in the absorption of food? Because they are being surrounded by the blood vessels, where the blood vessels are present, and they could directly they could directly transfer the food energy, the food, digested food, which is in the form of the amino acids, the fatty acids and glycerol, as well as in the form of the simple sugars, or in the form of the glucose. Okay, so this is being transferred directly into the blood, and this blood gets circulated in the body and it helps in the assimilation. So what is the main function of villi? To increase the surface area of the absorption, and which helps in the complete absorption of the simple food product in the human beings. Okay, then the next question was the question number 6. Where is bile juice produced, and what are the components of food does it helps to digest? So this was also being discussed. Bile is a pigment. Question 6 was bile is secreted from liver. Okay, it is being secreted from the liver. Where is this bile secreted? Secreted from the liver. And it also which component of food it helps in the digestion? The component of food which is being digested with the help of this bile is the fats and oils. Fats and oils are digested with the action of what? Action of bile. So food is being digested by the action of this. Fats and oils is being digested with the action of fats, this bile. Okay, now to give the answer for the 7th question, name the type of carbohydrate which is being digested by the ruminants but not by the humans. So the answer was cellulose. And also I gave that the type of carbohydrate which is being digested by ruminants is the cellulose. This is not being digested by the human beings because in the intestine of the human beings the special type of bacteria are not present. These bacteria are not present in the small intestine of the human beings. That is why they are not getting digested, as it is present in the intestine of the animal, in the intestine of the grazing animal. Okay, so this is what is the difference between the digestion of the cellulose is taking place in the ruminants, where its intestine is having the small number of bacteria which helps in the digestion of the cellulose. Okay, so this was about question number 7. Now I'll discuss about question number 8. Question number 8 says, what is it? Why do we get instant energy from the glucose? instant energy from the glucose. So if you feel, and if you feel very low energy, then what happens? We are going to take one glass of glucose, and then we get instant energy. Now, what is the reason behind that instant energy? Instant means very fast. As we drink this sugar solution, we get energy. Okay. So why we get instant energy from glucose? We get instant energy from glucose because glucose is the simplest sugar. It is the simplest food. Okay. It is the simplest form of the carbohydrate. It is the simplest food which is directly absorbed in the blood vessel. Okay. Which is absorbed directly. Which is absorbed directly in blood. Okay, and gives energy to the body. Fine. Glucose is a simplest form of the food. Glucose is the simplest form of the carbohydrate also, which is directly absorbed. It is not going to be broken down into simpler products because it is the simplest one. Carbohydrate is broken down into the glucose, so it is the simplest form of the carbohydrate. Okay, so after that no breaking of the food material will take place. So this glucose is directly absorbed by the blood vessels and which is transported to the body to give us energy. That is why we get instant energy when we are taking this glucose. Okay, so this was about question number 8. Then question number 9. Which part of the digestive canal is involved in the following? So which part is involved of the alimentary canal? Alimentary canal means it is the part of the, this is the digestive system, human digestive system we are talking about. Okay. So the first question is absorption of the food. Absorption of the food takes place in which part of the intestine, in which part of the digestive system? So here write down about small intestine. Villi of small intestine. So what is the answer? It is the villi of small intestine helps in the absorption of food. Second is chewing of food. Chewing of food. Now this is very simple. Chewing of food is happening where? It is happening in the buccal cavity. So the answer is buccal cavity. Buccal cavity with the help of teeth and tongue. You can write down. Chewing takes place in the buccal cavity with the help of teeth and tongue. You can complete this. Next is killing of bacteria. Killing of bacteria. Killing of bacteria is taking place in the stomach. It takes place in the stomach. Okay. Now, why this killing of bacteria is taking place in the stomach, children? I think you can recall back. The killing of bacteria is being done in the stomach because stomach is secreting one chemical which is known as the hydrochloric acid. This is the strong acid and it helps in the it helps in killing of the germs which is present in the food. When we take food, you know that food is not being very much protected from the bacteria because bacteria live everywhere. So these bacteria are present in the food. Once this bacteria is present in the food, then what happens? The food gets spoiled. I mean, this is not completely spoiled, but still bacteria are sitting on the food. Now, if bacteria are sitting on the food, then what happens? They are residing on the food. They are present on the food. If food is being prepared, and then also if for some time we are leaving it, then also the bacteria would be attacking the food material, and this food material is being attacked by the bacteria is going to be present at the food. So what happens when we eat that food? The stomach is the organ where this is going first. Okay, so there HCl is present. The stomach wall is secreting one chemical, that is, its name is it is the acid, and this is the strong acidic solution. So this helps in the killing of bacteria because of the action of the acidic nature. Now, next thing we will study is the next part, that is fourth, complete digestion of food. Complete digestion of food. This takes place in small intestine. Okay, it takes place in small intestine. Fine. So small intestine complete digestion is taking place. Again, the same reason, we have different chemicals secreted from the walls of the small intestine, because of which the complete digestion is taking place. Okay, because of which the complete digestion is taking place. So this is about the fourth question. Now I move on to the next question, that is the next question is question number 5th. Formation of feces. Formation of feces is taking place in the large intestine. Okay. Formation of feces is taking place in the large intestine, children. Why? Because here the food gets, the digested food gets, it is present for some time in the large intestine, and then if it is present in the large intestine, then what happens? So children, this small intestine is, this large intestine is helpful in the formation of feces, because here the large intestine absorbs the water from the waste, and we are only left with the waste material. Means when the digested food material is coming into the large intestine, it's what all the complete nutrient is being absorbed by the villi because of the small intestine. Okay, all the glucose is being absorbed, amino acid is being absorbed, fatty acid is being absorbed. We are only left with the some undigested food material. So this undigested food material is running through the large intestine, and once it reaches to the large intestine, what happens? This large intestine absorbs water also. Now when the water is being absorbed, then what happens? This large intestine is going to absorb water, and once the absorption of water is taking place, then what happens? This is going to, we are only left with the waste material. Now when the waste material is left, then what happens? It is going to form the feces, which is a semi-solid form of the undigested food, and then which is being stored in the rectum, passed out with the anus in the, okay. And so what is the next question? That is question number 10th. Question 10th is about name one similarity and one difference between the nutrition in amoeba and the human beings. So what are the similarity of the nutrition in amoeba? So what is the similarity? So what is the similarity in between the nutrition? So what is the similarity between the nutrition in the amoeba and the human beings? So what is it? The steps, the basic steps. The basic steps means ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. It remains same in the case of the amoeba and the human beings. Both of them undergoes the Holozoic mode of nutrition, where this Holozoic mode of nutrition is responsible for the breaking down of the food into smaller components. And then what happens? The basic step remains same. The basic step means it is the steps which is being followed for the nutrition of the animals remains same. Okay, so this is what is about the similarity of the nutrition in the amoeba as well as in the human beings. Okay, so more similarities could be there, that digestion takes place in the with the help of the enzymes. In both the cases, enzymes are produced. Basic steps, enzymes, all are common. Okay, so some of the enzymes which is being secreted in the amoeba is also common in the human beings. Now, what is the difference between the differences between the nutrition of amoeba and the human beings? As you know that amoeba is a single-celled animal, digestion takes place. What is the difference now? So, for the difference we can write down in amoeba, digestion takes place in food vacuole. So, here the digestion takes place in food vacuole. Okay, so the digestion takes place in the food vacuole. Now, what could be more differences? So here, first difference is digestion takes place in the food vacuole in amoeba. In human beings, it takes place in the alimentary canal. So here, alimentary canal is there. Okay, so here alimentary canal is required. Fine. Now next part is it alimentary canal is there in this, and digestion is complex. So complex digestion. Whereas in the amoeba, the simple digestion is taking place, cyclosis occurs, but in the animals, in the human beings, no cyclosis occurs. You can write numerous of differences. When we have to write a difference, we can easily write down any difference. More than one difference is there, because as human being is a complex animal, you can simply write down in this manner. You can write down the difference of amoeba and human beings. Okay, human digestion, and you can just make the points and then you can write down. You can write down that here alimentary canal is not there. Here food vacuole is required. Here alimentary canal. Okay, this is simple digestion. Here complex digestion is taking place. Okay, cyclosis occurs. No cyclosis. No cyclosis. Okay. Now next thing is that next part we can say that in the digestion of amoeba, it takes the single cell is involved, whereas in the human beings many multicellular apparatus are involved, multicellular organs are involved. Okay, so you can write down numerous of differences. Now I move on to the next question, that is match the column 1 with 2. So you can write down the next question, that is 10th, match it. Okay, we'll write down the first answer, that is salivary gland. With which you are going to match it? With the salivary glands, you can match from the bile juice storage of the undigested food, saliva secretion. So that would be the first answer, saliva secretion. Then B, stomach. Stomach. So stomach would be matched with which? Bile secretion, storage of undigested food, saliva secretion is already over, acid release. Acid release, after that the digestion is completed, absorption of water, release of feces. Okay, so the answer is with the stomach, acid release. It releases HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. Then third, the next is liver. Liver. Then liver is going to be bile secretion. Yes, so this would be the answer. This is the bile secretion. After this bile secretion, the next is liver. After that, rectum. Rectum is for the storage of undigested food. Yes, this is the right answer. Storage of undigested food is the right answer because rectum is a place where undigested food material is being stored for some time. Okay, then second last is small intestine. E. E is small intestine. What is it? It is small intestine, and then you can match with the things which are present, which is left. Digestion is complete, absorption of water, and release of feces. So in the small intestine, digestion is completed. Digestion is completed. Okay, the next is F. Because you know that in small intestine, children, villi is present. So this villi is going to absorb the food which is being digested completely in the small intestine. Okay. The next is the F part, which is the large intestine. So for this, you can write down the absorption of water. Large intestine. It is responsible for the absorption of water. Okay, so the absorption of water is required. The next is, so this is about the 11th question, which is the digestive food. Then next is question number 12. You have to label the digestive system. So you can easily label it. As you have drawn this, it is already drawn. I'll just draw it for you. Then okay, so this is what is drawn. I think it will be more clear from your book. You can easily see it. Okay, so you can easily see and draw. Now I'll just label this. So what is the labeling? Label the digestive system. So this is gallbladder. This is stomach. This is pancreas. This is small intestine. This one is small intestine. This is large intestine. This is rectum. And the last part is anus. So this is present here, it is given. You can label the digestive system very easily. It is being present as gallbladder, and here only the liver is there. If you have to draw the liver, you can draw also. Here the liver is present. Just inside it, the gallbladder is present. So this is the gallbladder, then stomach, then this is the first part, this one. This is the esophagus. But this esophagus is children, it's not given properly, so you cannot make it, the diagram is not very clear, so you can avoid writing esophagus, okay? So you can just write the other organs which are present in this diagram, you can simply label it, okay? Now, the next thing is that can you survive only with raw? So this is the part of the digestive system, okay? Now, after that, the last question is left, which is, can you survive only on raw vegetable leaf? Question number 13, not 15. So next is, can you survive only with the raw leafy vegetable in the grass? So no. Answer would be no. Why? Because the leafy vegetable, because leafy vegetable has cellulose. Okay, so please remember that the leafy vegetable and the fruits, the green parts of the plant contain one carbohydrate, that is a complex form of the carbohydrate, which is whose name is cellulose. So this cellulose is a very complex food material, because of which what happens, this is going to this is not very easily digested, children, okay? So this has to be chewed and rechewed. But in the case of the human beings, we don't have such facility in our digestive system that once we swallow the food and then again it will regurgitate in your mouth and we will chew the cud. So cud formation is not happening. So where it is taking place, this takes place in the ruminants, because the ruminants have the stomach with which is being specially designed for the digestion of such complex cellulose. Okay, so this complex cellulose could be easily digested with the help of the enzymes which is being secreted from the intestine of the animal's intestine. Okay, why? Because the stomach has a rumen, and then rumen is a place where the leafy vegetables will be stored, and then after storage what happens, the food is being semi-digested first. The grass is being semi-digested. Once it is being semi-digested, this converts in the form of cud, and then when animal is sitting in sitting in a relaxed way, then this food again comes back in the mouth. So when the food is coming back into the mouth, then what happens? It is going to be chew it again. Because of the continuous chewing, the cellulose breaks down into simple portions. So when simple portions of the cellulose is there, it is being easily digested from the in the intestine of the animal, because they have special bacteria which is going to act upon this cellulose, and the cellulose is going to be digested completely. But in the human beings, this is not happening. So in the human beings, there is no such bacteria are present. Then what happens? It is not getting digested. Okay, it is not getting this food is not having, this leafy food is not getting digested in the human beings, because we don't have such bacteria present in our intestine. So no, because leafy food contains cellulose which is digested by the bacteria present in no such bacteria are present in the small intestine of the human beings. That is why we face problem in digesting the cellulose. Okay children, so this was about the question answers which is given over here. So next we will write down some more questions which is not given in your book. Okay, so I'll just give you some questions to write. So what you will write down the answer of it and then you will show it to me. You will show me the structure of teeth in humans, structure of teeth or the types of teeth, you can say, with their function. Types of teeth. Name the types of teeth in humans. Fine. Types of teeth in humans. You have to describe it. Then question number 2, you can write down what is the next part, that is describe the digestion of the grass eating animal. With diagram. Okay, so you can write easily about these materials. So you can easily write down the two questions, and the next question is, you can write down what do you mean by, what happens when excessive amount of water is being released from the body. What happens when water loss takes place from body. Okay, so you can write down what is happening in the dehydration. Fine, so this was all about today's video children. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed. I hope you can write down the answer for these questions and we'll discuss this in online class. Okay, so this was all about the video. I will meet you all in the next video with the next chapter to be studied. Okay, so thank you for watching the video.